These are LG 435s, so that means they're 435 watt panels. And they're about 75 inches tall, 41 inches wide.
Okay.
Basically, we just installed a solar system on this garage here. When we install, we make sure they're square to the roof, we make sure they're straight, they're even looking. You can see here how well the panels are put together, and how nice they look. Underneath these panels, they actually have the inverter to convert the DC energy to AC energy, and those are attached to the rails underneath the panels. Now the rails are what sits underneath the panels to hold the panels to the roof, and everything is sealed. Here there was a pipe to run the electric from one array to the next array, to connect them essentially, and then it goes through and runs through this pipe, and this pipe goes to the main breaker, the in-phase combiner box, and that basically gives the power to these panels.
Thanks.
This is where you get the power from ComEd. This is where they interconnect, and this is also where we interconnect. So we change out the connectors for double mechanical lugs. That way we have a solid connection. We add the label. That way the next electrician that comes in, they know that you have solar as well as ComEd or your utility. Here we have the power, the conduit for the power, which is it's 1.25 inches with a number 2, and then this is your low voltage, which is your CTs. That's how you measure the production of the panels and how much your house is using. This is your main service disconnect, so it's in case someone needs to do any maintenance, any repairs, as well as if there's an emergency, it's just for you to shut it down.
And that shuts the whole system?
That shuts down the solar after here. So the conduit that has the power coming in, it will stay at, it will have power until the utility turns off the power. It's also grounded to your utility, and we add our own individual ground rods. That way if there's any lightning, it has somewhere for the power to this pair. And this is your inverter, this is where all the strings and the panels connect to. It also has your envoy, which it's actually an envoy. The inverters are upstairs, it's a microinverter. So this is your envoy, it's where the meters connect, which is your consumption meters and production meters. So it's all in here, and this is how you can tell how much power your house is actually using and how much power you're producing from solar. That way you can check the difference in power. As well, we label everything. That way the next electrician that comes in, then everything is labeled, as well as for the homeowners, for their safety. And then this is your conduit going up to the roof, which is called a riser. This goes into the attic, and then from the attic we pipe into each individual array. That way you don't see a lot of conduit in the rooms, and it just makes a cleaner install.
Talk about the monitoring with this.
So with Enphase we have a cell kit. Pretty much any other system has a cell kit as well, but with this one, it's one of the only ones that you can check how much power your house is actually using, because we actually send meters into the box, into the meter head. With that, you get an app that you can check. Since you have microinverters, you can check if all the panels, the modules, and the microinverters are working. It tells you how much each panel is producing as well. That's in our side. It tells you how much each panel is producing, and if something goes wrong with any panel, any microinverter, it lets you know if there's an error. From this point, since we're monitoring the system, if say there's a microinverter that trips up there, it most likely can be reset from the Enphase headquarters. So we will come here, somebody will call, they will reset them. If not, if there's a problem, we will go up there and replace the microinverter without having to take apart the whole system pretty much, which is where Enphase is, I believe, is superior to.
And what you're saying about connecting the system? At the end, when you can remotely connect the system after the...
Yeah, so So after each install, to make ComEd happier utility service, we can't send any power out to the grid, just so we don't blow up any transformers. So we leave the system off remotely. So we do that from the app. So we leave the system on, that way the homeowner doesn't have to come outside and turn it on when they give us permission to operate. So once you get permission to operate, we will remotely turn it on from the office. That way no one has to come out here and turn on the system. And like I said, we monitor the system, so if something goes wrong with the system, the homeowners will be notified and then send somebody out to fix the problem.
Okay, thank you.